Hey guys, quick last minute addition here. I'm tacking it on to the beginning of the video rather than the end because I don't want this topic to get overshadowed by the rest of what I have to say in the video, and that is I have a second channel. I've actually had it for a while just in case anything went wrong on this main channel, but the second channel I'm gonna start making anime and other various analysis videos. The reason why I decided to move that content over to the second channel, however, is because there's always the potential for all this sort of copyright nonsense. Even though the videos I'm making over there are fair use, they fall under that category, there's still always the possibility for sort of YouTube's copyright nonsense that I'd still get claimed for it anyway, and I'd have to dispute that. The problem with that being, if I were to get a strike on that channel, it would take time to dispute that, obviously, and if I would get a strike, that would prevent me from uploading content. Well, I'd have a couple of restrictions. I wouldn't be able to have custom thumbnails, I wouldn't be able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes, and if I couldn't do that on this channel where like 90% of my videos are longer than 15 minutes, that would be a pretty severe problem. So that's why I'd rather keep everything on one channel, just keep everything together, expand my name, but I feel that it's safer to do it this way because that way if I do get a strike on that channel, I can still make videos because most of them will probably be shorter than 15 minutes. And that way I don't have to worry about it negatively affecting my channel here. So I'll be making videos over there. I uploaded one recently and I'm gonna be doing more anime related videos there. So at least if you're not interested in that type of content, you can just avoid that channel and you don't have to worry about any of me talking about the Japanese cartoons. But if you are interested in that type of thing, I will leave a link down in the description, and at the end of this video there's gonna be a card linking you to my latest anime analysis video. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. And yeah, hopefully I explain myself well enough in this little intro bit. I have a little more to say about anime videos at more the tail end of this state of the channel video, so stick around for that. And let's move on to the rest of the video. What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz927, and welcome to another State of the Channel video. Now, this one is a bit different to some of my previous ones that I've made, where it's a yearly update or it's tied to a specific day, a certain event that happened, like my graduation. This one, though, it is important because WrestleMania is coming up in Universe Mode, so I wanted to make a video like this to just address what's going to be going down over the course of the next month or so. This video, I'm gonna be honest, this edition is gonna be a bit dated because I'm recording this January 19th, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going back to college soon. I had a really long winter break. It was like 5 weeks almost, but I'm recording this in advance because it's gonna be a new semester, so the class schedule is gonna be all different. I wanna have this done in advance just so I can make sure that I can figure out what my schedule is gonna be for recording commentaries, because I like to do it when my roommate isn't there, just because they can be a little loud, a little distracting, especially like a Universe Mode video. So I like to record my commentaries when my roommate is away, whether he's at class or getting food or whatever the case may be. That's just my personal preference because I don't like to be too much of a bother to anybody, but I digress. So I record this in advance just to make sure that I have it ready to upload, and because I do have these thoughts, I've been thinking about this for a while. I've had this plan for a while as to how I'm gonna do WrestleMania this year, and there's gonna be a huge impact, I'd say, for about the following month or so, depending on when, because the way I see it right now, my Universe Mode, the last video before WrestleMania is gonna be uploaded, well, not the Slammy Awards, I should say, episode 39 of Universe Mode should be uploaded somewhere in like mid-February. Then of course I have the Slammy Awards and WrestleMania. I would say WrestleMania, I've decided that I'm gonna push it back from my original release date. I'm gonna put the graphic on the screen. I originally had said that I wanted WrestleMania to be uploaded March 3rd, Friday, March 3rd? No, yeah, Friday, March 3rd. That was the day that I was aiming for. However, I have actually a spring break coming up shortly after that. It's an early spring break, which is weird because usually you'd think you'd get it around April or like late May maybe, but no, mine's sort of smack dab in the middle of March. So I decided to delay WrestleMania just because I want the commentary. See, here's the thing. This is gonna be a massive video, quite possibly the biggest in my channel's entire history to this point. So I want everything to be as top-notch as it possibly can be, and that includes the commentary. When I look back at Fastlane's commentary, I feel like prevented it from being a top-notch show. In terms of the Slammy Awards, I'm just gonna say this one right now. It is a bit of a spoiler, but pay-per-view of the year was a tie between Survivor Series and Fastlane, and part of why I feel like Survivor Series may deserve that a bit more. Despite the match quality, you might say Fastlane had better matches overall, was just an overall better show, but the commentary really drags Fastlane down just because I was in my dorm, and I was inexperienced with doing commentary in a dorm, so I was still being a bit timid. The Royal Rumble I felt like was much better than Fastlane. However, I still feel like I couldn't go all out because there were limitations to what I could do in the college dorm because there are still other people. It's in a hallway, so there's people all around, so I can be loud, but I can't be completely over the top like I usually like to be. The way that I was for Roadblock, for example, where, you know, I can scream at the top of my lungs and it doesn't matter here at home, but when it's in a college dorm and there's this hallway of people, and plus the echo as well. It's not just about me limiting myself. I could even go all out, but the audio would still sound sort of crap because there's this echo effect in my dorm room that I really can't control. Like, I could put a blanket over my head and that would neutralize the sound, the echo, but I would die. It is not cold enough in the dorm rooms for me to be able to do that. I would melt. It just wouldn't be pleasant. The video would suffer because of it, because I wouldn't be having as much fun as I would like. It'd be a bit different if I used that sort of technique for a scripted video where I could always take breaks anytime I wanted to, but when it's a streamlined commentary where I press the record button, go for the rest of at least one match, that's a solid 15-20 minutes, no breaks, and that's assuming that it's that. WrestleMania might even have, there's a 60-minute Iron Man match in there, for God's sake. So 60 minutes uninterrupted of me, I would melt, I would die. So the way that I decided to do this, I want to delay WrestleMania so that I can record the commentary, all of the commentary for WrestleMania while I'm at home. This is gonna give me, as well, it's gonna give me more time to polish the overall product. I have a bunch of promo videos for it that I wanna make, so if I disappear, seemingly disappear for about a month or so, that is what is going on. Universe mode, of course, I have the Slammy Awards that's gonna come up somewhere in between there. It might be up late February, early March, because that was something I decided to do, not necessarily last minute, because I decided it before I even uploaded Roadblock that I was gonna do a Slammy Awards special, but I really want to up the presentation for it. I'm making a custom arena for it. It's not necessarily gonna be the greatest because I'm new to that type of thing, but this is how I'm gonna gain practice with doing that. I'm not gonna say anything more as to spoil it, but just know I am gonna make a custom arena for it. I want to try to up the visual presentation on that, because last year's Slammy Awards special was just an episode of SmackDown, throw in a couple Slammy Awards, that's it. This year, I want to make it more of an actual presentation, kind of like what FAM did with the FAMI Awards, where you actually have someone like announcing the awards, someone comes out to receive the awards or something like that. That is my plan for this year's Slammy Awards. So it is going to be a bit more work. Is it going to take away from WrestleMania a little bit in terms of how quickly I can get WrestleMania done? Yes, but this is something that I feel works. And as well as that, it gives me a chance to showcase some matchups that if I put on the WrestleMania card, we'd have 17, 18 matches, and that is no. I have to draw the line at some point. So the Slammy Awards, it's gonna be somewhere in the middle between episode 39 and WrestleMania, but it's gonna be there to kind of help bridge that gap. It might be like a week or two after episode 39 that the Slammy Awards come out, somewhere around that range. If it's any more than that, well then WrestleMania should soon follow, although I would like to space it out as much as I can just to kind of, I don't like to like condense, say, upload 5 videos in a week and then the next week have 1 video because I blew through all my blew through all my content. So when I say, you know, space it out appropriately, just make sure that I have consistent content going. Now, I'm not gonna disappear completely. There's still gonna be your regularly scheduled GM mode videos and Pokémon Colosseum videos, because those are all pre-recorded, so all I have to do is make sure the commentary doesn't have any bugs in it, make sure that I didn't like sneeze on screen and I have to cut that out or anything like that. So editing those is really simple. It's just throwing the commentary in there, making sure it lines up correctly, cutting out all the gaps. and then it's good. So GM mode and Pokemon Colosseum, I can still upload those without really detracting from my universe mode stuff, from WrestleMania, from the Slammy Awards. So those videos will come out as scheduled, although if those are the only videos that I'm uploading for maybe upwards of even a month, be aware that I am working on WrestleMania. If you're gonna ask, where's WrestleMania, dude? What's going on? I'm tired of all this stuff. Well then, you know, some people are just fans of the universe mode, I get that. But just know that I am working on WrestleMania. It's gonna be a big production. I don't usually like to take this much time for a project, but because it's WrestleMania, I have to go all out. It's different if I was having a pay-per-view like Payback or Fastlane, where it's not WrestleMania. With SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, maybe even Survivor Series, I feel like those are the four where I need to go all out. I need to put as much effort as I can into these projects because these are the big ones. You wouldn't expect Payback, just sort of your average Joe Schmo pay-per-view, I'm just using Payback as an example, but you wouldn't expect Payback to be this 5-star extravaganza like a WrestleMania is. WrestleMania has to deliver in a big way all the time. Last year's WrestleMania, I didn't really do that, so that's why this year I'm all the more motivated to step it up. But that's just why WrestleMania, it's gonna take a lot of effort because it is a one-man project, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Trust me, you guys are really gonna appreciate the product, the end result of this. There is also one more subject I want to talk about though in terms of my videos, and that is Behind the Universe. Behind the Universe, I usually like to go for one a month. I like to upload one Behind the Universe episode a month. That's usually my goal. But with WrestleMania coming up, Behind the Universe is a bit of an investment in terms of editing everything and writing scripts for it. However, I do have some scripts recorded, so there should at least be, I would expect there to be one Behind the Universe video coming out sometime in between episode 39 and WrestleMania. It could be before the Slammy Awards, it could be after the Slammy Awards. I'll have to use my best judgment as to when is the best time to upload that video. But besides the GM mode and Pokemon Colosseum videos, there will be a Behind the Universe episode thrown in there somewhere at some point, just to try to hold you guys over. And one final topic before I leave for this video is anime videos. Now this is where I say this episode's gonna be a bit dated, because at the time of this recording, I have not uploaded anything anime related yet to the channel. However, I know that I have an AMV video. I have the script written, recorded, I just need to edit it, and that's gonna go up sometime in late January, so that would have already gone up by now. I am planning to write more anime videos just because to give it a bit of I am planning to write more anime videos just because it'll give me more practice with writing scripts, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. It's something I feel like I have a lot to say about, whether or not that it is a valid opinion, but I'm also trying to work on, I watch a lot of analytical videos. I talked about it in my top 5 YouTube channels of 2016 video. I watch a lot of analytical videos, and because I like writing so much, I am trying to get better at analysis. That's the whole basis of Behind the Universe, is going back and analyzing my previous work and ripping it apart for comedic effect. With the anime videos, I would like it to be less negative like my Behind the Universe, although it's not necessarily going to be only positive things, but there are more videos for that I want to make, that I'm going to try to make over the course of 2017. This is a very experimental year. January was a very experimental month. I worked on projects that I hadn't done anything similar to in the past, like the best worst of NXT. We did the YouTube video, we did some UCW and Veterans of the Ring promo readings. Those were all fun videos to make. I enjoyed making them. But I'm just trying to find something. I feel like this is the year, I said it more long-term in my State of the Channel 2016 video, this is the year where I really want it to be my breakout year on YouTube. Now you could say, well, you already have 8,500 subscribers roughly. You know, what do you mean breakout year? You've already kind of established yourself. But I mentioned in my 2016 State of the Channel video that this is something, it's a pipe dream, but this is something I would like to do even as like have a part-time job, and then YouTube, if I could do a mixture of that and make that I like be able to support myself on that. That is sort of my end goal for YouTube. It's not, like I said, it's a pipe dream. It is the best case scenario, but it is there. So I'm gonna try as much as I can to make that work, to make that dream a reality, because if I'm not shooting for the stars, why do I even bother? Why do I even try? So this year, I am trying to branch out, try to do some different things, try to reinvent myself, because the past 4 years on YouTube really has been me learning. If I look back to my WWE 13 and my WWE 2K14 videos, heck, even about the first half of my 2K15 series, I don't view those videos as being anything spectacular, so it doesn't surprise me that my channel hasn't grown very much. However, once I reached about that payback mark, I felt as though my content became more watchable. It got better. Even my 2006 GM mode series was far more entertaining than my 2008 GM mode series, and that's just in my opinion. I feel like now that I have gotten good, put that in air quotes, at this YouTube thing, now I really want to go all out. I want to see results from it. And it's not to say that I'm unhappy with my current situation. I like the fan base that I have. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy making the content that I do now. I feel like at the moment I'm making some of the best videos that I've ever made, not just universe mode, but in every aspect of it. But if I'm not trying to reach for more, then I don't feel like I'm really doing my job. I don't feel like I'm looking at this the right way. Because if I'm majoring in electronic media at college, so this is the field that I want to be in. So I want to succeed in this YouTube game as much as I possibly can, because if I have a successful enough YouTube channel, that could help launch me into a future career. So that is why I look at this year in particular as I really want to branch out. I really want to grow. I want this to be my explosive year. I really want to just take off this year. That's my goal. Again, it is sort of just a dream, a fantasy. Still, I'm gonna try to reach for the stars as much as I can. So that's why I am working more on the anime videos. The reason why I do this as well, not only am I passionate about this project, but I never really wanted to be strictly a one-trick channel. I didn't really want to just be strictly a WWE channel. The reason why I say that is because the WWE gaming in particular, but WWE as a whole, it's a very sort of narrow fan base that you're trying to focus on. It doesn't, I mean, most of the biggest channels in this community will say, I don't even think we have a channel that's at 1 million subscribers, because if you, WWE, not everybody watches wrestling. It's not as mainstream as it perhaps once used to be. And then WWE gaming in particular, that's even less so, just because, well, casual people might watch WWE, but that doesn't mean that they play the game. But then it is gaming, so you never know. It could be broader than the actual WWE topic, but I'm getting on a bit of a tangent. There is only I feel like there's only so much room to grow until WWE, until its product gets better, until wrestling becomes more mainstream again as a whole. I feel like there's only so much room that I can grow, and that's not to say that I can't make a full-time living doing this. Some other YouTubers have done that, but that's not all I want to be. There's more that I can talk about. There's more that I have thoughts about, opinions about, things that I feel like I can say that have value behind it. And since I am so interested in writing more analytical videos about literature, in this case anime, is, to me, I feel like that's a constructive way to use my time. If I'm looking to actually write stories as well, if I have more of an analytical, written sort of side of my channel where I can flesh that out a bit more, then if I do go ahead and try to publish these stories that I'm working on somewhere on the internet, then I feel like I have a bit more credibility behind that as well, because I have this work where you can look back and see, oh hey, he's done videos about this, so he kind of knows what he's doing. He might not be a professional, but he has his head in the right place. He sort of understands what he's talking about here. Maybe I'll trust him and I might actually read this first chapter or whatever. This video was sort of just me rambling. I didn't really have a script for this one, as I usually don't for these State of the Channel videos, but I tried not to go on for too long. The last one was 1 hour and 40 minutes, but I had a lot to talk about. This year, I might try to do more State of the Channel videos if you guys would be interested in that, just so that way it's not just this giant sort of dump of information right at the end of the year, because that was, I mean, they've gotten longer as things have gone on. We had, I think, like a half-hour one for 2015, then the graduation one was about 50 minutes, and then 2016 was 1 hour and 40 minutes. And granted, 2016 was a big year for me, a lot happened, but I would like to try to not do that, maybe cap it off at like 1 hour or so. Part of that is I could just be more concise with my information, but the only way that I can really do that is by making more unscripted videos like this. It's different with universe mode, where I have a certain subject matter that I can talk about, I have history that I can cover, so I'm not necessarily gonna get too off topic, but when it's a State of the Channel video like this, my mind is open to really anything. So it's more difficult to keep all of my thoughts contained in a very easily digestible manner. In this case, it's taking up way too much time talking about just anything in general. So I'm looking to try to make those episodes shorter, which is why if I made more of them, maybe less an hour and 40 minutes and more 30 minutes, 20 minutes, try to break them off into smaller chunks. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, what you would like to see with future State of the Channel videos, if you'd like them to be shorter like this, or if you enjoy the sort of hour-long podcasts, then let me know down in the comment section what you prefer. I hope that this video was informative in some sort of way. WrestleMania, it's coming up. It's just gonna be a big investment. There's a lot that I need to get done for that. Matches, just editing, making the promos for it, because it's gonna be a few promos. There's more than a usual pay-per-view. I think the most I've ever done was SummerSlam. I made 3 promos, and WrestleMania, off the top of my head, I can think of at least 4 matches that are gonna get promos. I'm thinking we might end up with like 5 or 6, depending on how much I'm actually willing to do and how much merit I can find out of a promo for each specific matchup. Because certain ones don't really need it. I can just lump it all into an intro, but that's gonna be it for this episode of State of the Channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any advice for me, any sort of feedback down in the comments section that you wanna give, then let me know. Feel free to sound off in the comments. And until next time, keep on YouTubing.